Southern Woods and Waters TV. That's where you want to be. Foggy mornings in the field, from the creek with rod and reel, doing what we love in Tennessee. Patriot Demolition presents Southern Woods and Waters with Hugh McNaughton and Brandon Dowdy. Also being brought to you by Sniper Hunting Products, Deer 30 Minerals, Candy Fork Outdoors, Weststone Cry-Like Realtors, TWRA, Capital Sportsman, Nashville Marine, Davidson Farmers Co-op, Courtney's Restaurant and Catering, Mowing and More, CVA, Wilson Bank and Trust, Flowers Processing and Garden Center, X-Out Odor Products, and Hunter Up.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Hugh McNaughton.
And I'm Brandon Dowdy.
And we are
Southern Woods and Waters.
And we got a little confused.
We had some technical difficulties around there.
Just brains.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. Man, is it hot?
It is beyond hot. I broke up my short britches tonight, man. I'm telling you. It is.
You did get the memo.
It is just about beyond hot out there right now.
I'll tell you what, West Tennessee was 103.
And it ain't letting up.
It ain't letting up. And do you see any slack in the time? I don't.
I don't either. I mean, I think we're just gonna be in this pattern for a little bit, I believe. But it's part of it.
I
it's
think
that time
this
of year.
tropical storm may help us out a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna send us some rain, I'd say.
Sunday or Monday maybe.
See what
Hopefully
happens.
It'll take some of this heat away because, ladies and gentlemen, it's hot outside, and I can't stress enough that you need to be hydrated. If you were going fishing or checking trail cameras or whatever you are, putting out food plots, please carry a lot of water with you.
Yeah.
We've had some heat strokes come around all across Tennessee.
Yeah, we have, and when we go out working the farms or whatever we're doing, we keep a cooler in every truck.
You got
full of water.
to. You just got
and,
to.
And it's important. I mean, it really is. It'll catch up with you real fast. And there's a lot of work needs to be done right now, depending on what you're into. So.
Hey, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Miss Shannon Brown is in the house with the recipe, and she's already. I mean,
yeah, she broke it out early on us. Now we got to sit here all night.
It's inhumane to set it out before the show ever starts.
Yeah, I think it was done intentionally.
I think so too. And but we all love her. She's an awesome cook in her own right, and she's with Our Table Catering Service, and so we're glad that Shannon's here. She's got a sweet little recipe for you tonight. I think you're going to love it. I know it's killing us right now.
I know we'll be looking forward to eating it by the time we get to the end of the show, I guarantee you.
But hey, what's going on around? Because I got a few things we need to be talking about. I mean,
well, there's a lot going on right now.
There's lots going on.
You got things going on in the fishing world, the hunting world. We got ICAST is going on right now. We've been lots of reports from ICAST. Again, there's a lot of summer work happening right now for deer hunts and dove hunts are under preparation, and there's just a lot of people are still doing pretty good.
It is after this week it'll be 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Till the velvet buck season
be bow
opens?
hunting in 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks.
So it's right around the corner.
Summer better get on out of here. I'm telling you.
It is. There's a lot going on. A lot of people are still catching a bunch of fish right now. There's a lot of fishing going on. It's mighty hot during the day, and it has been slowing some during the day, but early in the morning, and a lot of night fishing going on.
A lot of night fishing going on. I did want to throw out Reelfoot Lake. I don't know if y'all watch them as much as I do. I keep pretty good tabs on them. But the bluegill has been biting good. But I am amazed. Did you see all the crappie they've been catching?
They're still wearing crappie out on Reelfoot right now.
I mean, just hand over fist, the crappie fishing's been great.
Billy Blakely, just about every day he's had another crew out catching them. Yeah.
Big one. So the crappie season's been good. Bass fishing's been awesome. The Nunley boys again.
Every time they send us a picture,
it's Christmas. And I got to tell you something. Oopie, Shannon, you remember Oopie?
Yes.
Alan, He's been sending me pictures. He's been letting his daddy whip him, though. His daddy been coming in with the big dogs. He's been catching a lot of big largemouth on the Chick.
Yeah.
On Lake Chickamauga. So Alan's been carrying him. Alan's been suffering because I ain't seen any pictures of Oopie lately.
He's been wearing him out, huh?
His daddy's wearing him out, but that's good. That's the way it should be. We've had a lot of people bringing in fish, creek fishing. By the way, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to cool off and have a great day out in the outdoors, there's nothing better than wading a creek.
It's fantastic. One of my favorite things to do fishing wise.
I love it.
You're going to be in the shade most of the day.
And a lot of people are doing it right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish to be caught.
A lot of fish
in
to be
these
caught.
little creeks that people don't think about, and you can't take a big boat in there. You know, usually you're going to be on a kayak or wading, wading the creek or whatever it may be.
But Brandon, I'm just talking about just go out there, get your permission first.
You got to have it.
You got to have the permission first, because if you're walking on the bottom, you're on somebody's land. So get permission first. But go in there and just, permission is not real hard to get.
It's not. There's several places we have permission to park and go through a little cattle pasture, down a little gravel road or something.
Now, if you're going to get out of your truck and 5 beer cans fall out of it with the guy still on the porch, I'd die very seriously if you get
probably going to have a hard time getting permission at that point.
Be professional about it and be courteous. That is a landowner. He does pay taxes. He or she does pay taxes, and they own it. So be a little courteous to them.
Yeah.
Go up there, I always say you go up there with your hat in your hand.
Yeah.
You're wanting something, so be that way towards them, and just ask very nicely. And then you might say something like, hey, I promise I'll leave it cleaner than when I found it.
Yeah. And they're usually going to be pretty cordial with that,
I think so.
But, ask them if there's something you can help them with. Help them fix a fence.
Would you like a mess of fish when I come back? Would you like some fish?
Yeah.
That's always a
sometimes
thing.
With those spots like that, what's so neat about it, if you don't go to those people and get access to that creek or that area, there are some spots that you can get to that are just full. When that water goes down, and them fish get trapped in certain pockets of those creeks, and it's some of the best fishing you can get into. And it is a lot of fun.
So it's a good deal. I saw one. I got the picture. We'll show it next week. But one lady went stream or creek fishing, caught a 5.5-pound largemouth in the creek. That's a good one by anybody's standards.
It is.
So we'll air that one next week. That'll be fun to see that. But and there's catfish. There's the ones that you and I love them. I love them, and they're called red eye.
Yeah, warmouth, red eye. That's a
goggle eye.
Little 7-inch lizard or something in one of those creeks, and you can catch warmouth.
Tear it up
all day long, and they're a lot of fun to catch.
And you can catch 20 of those. They do have a limit on them.
Yeah,
but there's 20 on those, and they are fantastic.
20 of them make a good fish fry.
Ooh, what are you talking about? They're great table fare, y'all.
They are.
So that's always going on, and plus the thing is, you're waiting around, and usually it's going to be about 60 to 65 degree water. So it may be 100 heat factor outside, but that's 65. It will make your bones chill. You will get some teeth chatter going.
And if you wanted a little cooler than that, going down to the Caney Fork, and you can really cool off down there at the Caney Fork right now wading.
That's right.
So,
well, let's go to our wild game forecast right quick.
This week's Wild Game Forecast is being sponsored by our friends over at Wilson Bank and Trust. You can stop in and see them at one of 28 Middle Tennessee locations. Be sure to tell them thank you for all they do for us here at the show.
Hey, a lot of bucks running around. See a lot of velvet.
I think I have seen more 3-plus-year-old bucks this year than I've ever seen in my life.
I say the same thing.
We do, we go and keep tabs on a lot of different deer on different farms, and of course with my job, the way that I travel around all the time, I'm always looking for them. But I don't think I've ever seen more 3-plus-year-old bucks. I really don't. There seems to be more deer, just in general, everywhere you go. Now, a lot of times I'm in these more developed areas, and what's going on is they're getting pushed into smaller and smaller areas of land, but there is a great crop of deer, and speaking of the populations of them, fawns. There's
Big
so
time
many,
fawns.
and we're going to talk a little more about
We're
them
gonna
later.
talk about fawns.
With the fawns, there are more mamas walking around with little baby fawns right now. Our crop has been incredible this year.
Give you one more thing to go on the forecast. I've been checking not only deer, but white oak acorns. And all the trees I'm seeing are slap full of white oak acorns. This is going to be one of those bumper crop years of white oak acorns. So find your favorite white oak. Might ought to sit there and wait a little while.
Yeah, take a little fertilizer
Take a
in there
little fertilizer in there, but make it your sweet spot, and I promise you'll do good this year.
Guys, we want to remind you to follow us on Facebook. Keep up with us there and give us a like. We have different giveaways on there back and forth, and we also try to keep you guys up to date with what we're doing in the field. Matter of fact,
right.
This weekend we're going to be doing some dove field work, doing some other things for you. So follow us on Facebook and let us know what you're up to. Send us pictures and videos and let us keep up with how you're doing in the outdoors. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.